Could tax refunds be on the way for some Marylanders? Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Gina Barty. Thank you for being with us tonight. Back in May, the Supreme Court ruled that the way Maryland taxes income earned beyond its borders is unconstitutional. That means counties in the state have been double taxing some people, and it's now it owes an estimated 55,000 taxpayers $200 million in refunds and interest. There is a 3-year statute of limitations, so residents who filed and paid income taxes to another state in years 2011 and 2014 may be entitled to a refund.
Maryland citizens have been unfairly overtaxed, and now they will finally be getting back some of the money that they earned and that they deserve, money that should have never been taken from them in the first place. But we want to make it very clear, it is very important that those who are potentially eligible must file for their refund as soon as possible.
Teams are reviewing, verifying, processing returns as quickly as possible, so taxpayers can get the money they are owed as fast as humanly possible. To date, my office has processed more than 4,000 claims from the Wynn decision, returning more than $53 million to Marylanders. We expect thousands more amended returns to be filed in the coming weeks. Taxpayers looking for information.
Now, the comptroller will not be contacting residents or issuing refunds automatically. Eligible taxpayers must file specific forms in order to be considered. Those forms and related information are available online at wintaxrefund.maryland.gov.
From police body cameras to pesticide use on lawns, Montgomery County Council President George Leventhal addresses a whole host of issues at a media briefing this morning. Montgomery County Police are taking part in a pilot program. 80 body cameras are in use, and according to Leventhal, the program, he says, appears to be working.
We want the body cameras to proceed. We also understand that there will be circumstances in which police interaction with community members involves privacy concerns and probably should not be discoverable or releasable under the Public Information Act, and the whole interaction between the body camera initiative and the Maryland Public Information Act is very heavily dealt with in this report by the State Commission on Body Cameras.
And Leventhal also says he's confident his controversial pesticide bill will pass when it goes before the full council. The measure would ban most pesticide use on lawns. Opponents are trying to limit the scope of the ban.
Complaints that I hear from constituents about children and pets in particular suffering adverse health effects from exposure to toxic lawn chemicals is persuasive to me. And I know that there are mechanisms whereby homeowners can have beautiful lawns without poisoning the very lawn that they seek to improve.
The measure goes before the full council on October 6th.
A proposal from University of Maryland students to change the name of Byrd Stadium has prompted President Wallace Loh to create a task force. The sports facility is named after former university president Harry Byrd, who opposed the enrollment of African Americans until 1951. The task force, made up of 19 faculty and staff members, students, and alumni, held its first meeting today. The Byrd Stadium naming work group will provide Loh with possible name options.
From a process standpoint, President Loh has asked the work group to deliberate and present him with a final report by December 11th. After December 11th, it's important to note that President Loh does not make the ultimate decision. That authority rests with the University System of Maryland Board of Regents. If President Loh decides to make a recommendation, it would go to them.
The group's final report is due by December 11th.
And a Severna Park mother and son lose their lives in a early morning fire. Officials say the victims were found unconscious in the front bedroom of the home on the 100 block of Benfield Road. Now, the U.S. Fire Administration says these are the 11th and 12th fire-related deaths in Anne Arundel County and the 34th in the state. And about 780,000 low-income Maryland residents could be cut off from food support in early October if the federal government shuts down. The Department of Agriculture warns that funding for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, will be interrupted if Congress can't reach a budget solution. Now, this did not happen during the 16-day shutdown 2 years ago because the program had reserve funds to keep benefits going. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Gina Barty. Up